So here is the whip snake from Kalani that the cat had brought in. Yeah, it's alive, but it's not in good shape. Seems to be an injury around the head. See that? The back of the head there? Yeah. And normally a very flighty snake. You can see the injuries all along its body here. Let's have a look at its tummy. That's down here. See that? And on its tail. So we're going to have to get all this cleaned up as best as we can. Now what we're looking for is broken back, because if it's got a broken back it's no good and it's going to need to be put down. We're also looking for punctured lungs. Now at first inspection of picking this snake up, it didn't seem to have a punctured lung or a broken back, so that's a good sign. But it does have a lot of wounds on it. So the bacteria from the cat's claws is foreign to our animals, to our native animals. So they haven't evolved to be able to combat the bacteria and the infection that comes with it. And because of that, our animals can die just from being scratched or bitten by cats and dogs. What I'm going to do is cream up just the hook at this point, because what this does is it's easy to rub the hook along the snake and get this into a lot of the problem areas without actually having to touch the snake. And in particular, behind that head, it does seem to be a nasty little wound that we're going to have to look at. It's very hard to take a whip snake by its head, but the problem is that some of the wounds are actually underneath where you would hold the head too. So we're going to have to just try and get this under there and see what we can do. Get it to rub that cream in. It's actually being not quite well behaved. I thought I was going to freak out a bit more than that. Hey little mate. Yeah. I want you to put your head back underneath there so I can touch the rest of your body. So I can just get some of this cream on you. So we're going to try and get out in a sec. I want it to go hide back under there. Okay. Just give us your tail. Alright, you just hang there, buddy. I'd prefer if you just tried to stay inside your little home. Here. Okay. If we take it by the head, it's going to freak out. It's already been scared. We don't want it to die of shock. So if we can just get it to be pretty calm, I can get most of these wounds just by doing what I'm doing here. These wounds that we checked up at the back. Alright, obviously I've got to watch the head of the snake. It's still a venomous snake, but it's just a whip snake. So it's not going to kill me. Don't want to get a bite from one. So obviously got to be really careful still. And what we want to do is we want to get the entire body, because there's all scratch marks and everything all over it. So even little ones that we can't even really see, but you can feel it. So we just want to get the entire snake, and at least what the idea of this is to at least just ward off any initial bugs and germs and try and get them cleaned up. And try and prevent any infection from occurring in the first place. It's already calmed down. I think it realises that I'm helping it. It might even be feeling a bit better from having that there. It's been real well behaved. Real well behaved. Might have to take it by the head there and have a look at that bit. It's just going to be really hard to try and pin it by the head, and it's slippery now with this cream on it. You see that big? Can you see that? On this side of the head? Yeah. Yeah. So that's really not good. But see, it's taken to us. Yeah? It knows they're trying to help it now. I'm confident I could be using my hand and not the hook, and it's not going to try and bite me. It's not biting the hook. The thing is I just would rather not tempt that fate. Yeah. Been there, done that. Don't need to do it again. But we may take it by the head in the end just to ensure that we've got cream all over it, but it's going to be so slippery is the problem. Should have done it first maybe. And then let it go and do some the rest. Go all along there. A lot of marks on it. So, I don't know, I've seen a few snakes in this situation before, and generally speaking it doesn't end well for them, unfortunately. But see, look, just use my hand. It's cool as it's relating to us. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't end too well for them most of the time. But I have seen them pull through as well, so it's always worth a try, you know. They're just little creatures. It's not fair on them that our cats and dogs do this and put them in this position. They're the native animal. And there's a lot of cream on there, but that's just, the more the better. We want to get as, we don't want to miss a hole, you know. We don't want to miss a bit that has been got by the cat. So, and because we're not using our hand up the back, we could use our hand and feel that we're touching the whole snake and getting the whole lot up here. Really got to get that belly. Okay, now this bit up here, that injury really doesn't look good, mate. Can you show me? Show us what's going on under there. So, yeah, flesh wound to the side of the head. Hasn't killed him so far, if it hasn't got anything too vital. Yeah, hasn't got his brain, obviously. And hasn't got his jugular or whatever. Hopefully, it can still eat things fine. Okay, mate. Just want to get a bit more on there, though. Hey, get that in here. That's it. That's it. That's good, boy. It's actually, it just pushed in. I don't know if the camera will actually capture what happened then, but it actually pushed in and rubbed the cream into the wound, as if it knows what we're actually doing with it. And look at its behaviour. I've picked up whip snakes before. If they're scared, they'll let you know. They'll try and nip you. They'll carry on, and they're usually very flighty and fast. And I'm telling you now, I've spent enough time with not just snakes but animals in general over the years, that, and especially injured ones, and they know when you're helping them. It's amazing how much an animal will read your body language with just rolling around in it. It is amazing how much even dangerous animals will put themselves at your mercy and just go with the flow when they're in a situation and they can feel that you're actually trying to help it and not hurt it. And vice versa, it's amazing how much these cute placid little animals can all of a sudden turn vicious and sometimes deadly if it's the right species, if they're being treated unkindly. We'll just chuck it back in for now. In you go. In you go there. Yellow face whip snakes, eh? Often mistaken for brown snakes, which when you see them dull like this, you can understand why. Yeah, very, very amazing little creatures. But no broken back, no punctured lung. It's now got cream on the wounds, so hopefully if it doesn't get an infection. And so check, everything's all good so far. Fingers crossed, but it makes it and pulls through. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode, hopefully when we release it.